For me, I've always been a big believer in horizontal scalability for all of crypto, moving apps to their own chains. That is much more sovereign, much more fair for the app builders. Instead of products paying hundreds of millions in fees to Ethereum, they get to give those fees back to their users or just do cheaper transactions. I'm Karel Kubat, founder of Union Build. Union is one of the foremost trust-minimized interop protocols in the modular stack. And what that means simply is that no longer is the space prevented from spawning thousands of rollups and then being fragmented. Instead, developers can set up a bridge connection in 30 minutes and have fully secure decentralized interoperability. So what has happened over the last couple of years? We all spent a great amount building very decentralized blockchains and then decided to connect them with centralized bridging services. That has created a backdoor for kind of the Web2 world to interact and censor Web3 users. And most of all has added massive security holes into all of our systems. And with Union, we really look to fix this. And the moment has never been more dire, more necessary, because now with the modular and integrated thesis, we're not just creating 10 new chains or 100 new chains. No, people are building thousands of rollups. And in a densely connected network like that, bridging security is the most important thing. So the early trends that we saw is new general purpose VM rollups being created, like what Movement Labs is doing right now. What we see different EVM rollups create, where they need to build out new ecosystems. The next trend that we're detecting here is actually apps going into their own rollups, building on top of Movement and using their SDK or different SDKs like the OP stack. And so instead of there being these big environments where they're almost clones of Ethereum, we're really seeing microservice architecture in the modular stack. Union is a heavy builder in the IBC space. IBC is a protocol that originally originated from Cosmos to do trust minimized interop. It is a kind of grassroots movement to not have one like company corporate protocol control all, but instead a decentralized one. And really, this year is the first year that we see it break out of the Cosmos and be used now for Berachain, for Arbitrum, for Movement as well, and even connections to Ethereum. For me, I've always been a big believer in horizontal scalability for all of crypto, moving apps to their own chains. That is much more sovereign, much more fair for the app builders. Instead of products paying hundreds of millions in fees to Ethereum, they get to give those fees back to their users or just do cheaper transactions. And so for me, already detecting kind of that trend back in 2018, I've been very busy investing in interoperability to make that future real. That's been a long journey. And this year is, to be honest, really the year that's starting to kick off. I'm a developer by background, so I look for the latest tech and seeing the new things that are possible across crypto, mainly around the consensus space, the proving space. That's where we see the key unlocks happening right now to really decongest Ethereum, decongest Solana. Those are usually very early signals. So you see kind of these conversations start in very small communities of really tech-heavy people and then slowly break out and be more widely known on crypto Twitter and such. So for those that are interested in catching on to these like early trends, I would definitely recommend checking out researcher telegrams, because that's where you get these really early signals 6 months before they hit CT. I've been part of the integrated movement from the very start, and it's kind of the coalescence of going modular and scaling out horizontally, but at the same time realizing that these modular L2s do not need to be slow and can have the same user experience and the same speed as Solana has. So integrated really is that purity of crypto, where you maintain decentralization, but also just the high performance and the high throughput that in the end retail users want. And so supporting that with fast interop really is kind of the final capstone on making this a fully fledged product. Union at the moment supports almost all major L1s and L2s, and we've partnered with them. Right now we're seeing a rise in app protocols wanting to participate with us to have access to unlimited liquidity and high throughput interop. And so for those that are looking to build actual user-facing products and have access to these types of tools, now's the moment to reach out to us to get into early partnerships. This means TIA liquidity across any stack, getting access to BTC and restake BTC, and really basically any asset across any ecosystem that before this was unavailable to you, now providing to your end users. The best way to contact us is through our Twitter, union_build, or to look at our website, union.build. There we handle new incoming partnerships requests and help you integrate our product.